Exercise 6-4 is in metric, and for this one here I'm going to use a traditional approach. This is a little bit different from the way that I've been doing it. You're going to see that the screen's going to look a little bit different, but you'll see where I'm going with it real quickly. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use my template ACAD ISO.dwt. And here I can see that I've just got a plain AutoCAD window. It's not in any 3D mode. It doesn't look orbited. There's no shade modes going on. It's just a plain view. And I can see that right now I'm on the top view. So I want to do this from the right side view, so I'm going to click this button and then click this button so that I'm looking at the right. Then I'm going to type UCS right. So now I'm in a right view and I'm working from the right UCS. Now as soon as you change the UCS, this is going to display top. That's why you got to change it to right first. That way it looks okay. Now for this one here, I'm just going to draw this like I would draw any other section. I'm going to draw my first line at 62 and then zoom out so that I can see this a little bit better, and I'm going to go from here. So I've got my first line, which I'm going to come all the way up to the top. It has a diameter of 80, so I'm going to take this 40. Now, unlike the other examples that I've been showing, I'm going to do this, like I said, a more traditional way. I'm going to offset 13 this line here. And I'm going to offset 30 then I'm going to offset 45 and then lastly would be the 62, but since I've already got that, it really doesn't matter. Now from here I'm going to go ahead and draw my line that comes up from here. It's 19, so I want to come 9.5 up and draw that straight back to here. That's the front of this piece. And then I have a diameter of 52, so I'm going to offset 26 this line. And I also have a diameter of 38, so I'm going to offset half of 38, which is 19, from there. So here I've got my line that starts to come back. Here's the segment where it's going up. Now I need this angle segment in right here. I don't need these two lines anymore, and I don't need these two lines anymore. I will have to go back in and put in this line, but that's fine. This is a much more traditional approach to the same problem. A lot of people may find this method to be slightly easier. It really all depends on what your preference is. So now I know that this line here is going to go back to right here. And my last offset is 68, so half of 68 is 34, so I'll offset 34. And then I'll draw in my line from here to here. I can now get rid of this, and draw my line in for this. And here I have my outside profile. Now I want to work on my inside profile a little bit. And my inside profile, I'm going to do this a little bit differently too. I'm going to draw a rectangle. And the size of that inside cut is 33 by 22. So I'm just going to do 33, 22, and I'm going to get that rectangle in place. And then I'm going to offset the inside as a diameter of 9, 4.5. So we'll offset that in 4.5, and I'm then going to move my rectangle from its midpoint right over here to the end, and then move it over 7 millimeters so that it's in the correct location. Now I can just trim out what I don't need. I don't need this line segment, I don't need this line segment or this line segment, and I can get rid of these two as well. The bottom half of this box I no longer need. Well, now I'm going to use the region command, and I'm going to region this whole thing. Then I'm going to use the revolve command, and I'm going to revolve it right around this center line, 360 degrees, and then I'm going to go in and delete the center line. At this point, I can just click right up here to go to my isometric views. I want to go to the home view in this case. And if I want to change the way it's shaded, I can just type VS enter and then change this to shaded and hit enter. And what you'll see is really no different from the process that you've worked on plenty of times in the past. The end result is still going to look the same. It's just a different method of getting to that same result.